And we are recording now. We're live. I am Drew with Comics Elite, and I'm here with
Kyle.
Not Kevin. For the last time, he's not Kevin.
Please get it right.
Right, please. Come on. So today, we have something special.
Mm-hmm.
And so as of today, it's Saturday, March 20th. And the Zack Snyder Justice League cut has been released to the world, to the interwebs, for everyone.
It's real.
Yeah, it is real. It came out Thursday morning at 3 a.m. Here in the States. So it's been a few days now. And if you have social media of any kind, I'm sure everyone has seen every flipping image from every scene of this film by now. I'm fairly certain.
You've been inundated with it.
Yes, at the very least.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do today is that we're going to do our top 10 moments and takeaways from this film. And then we're going to get into a bug nuts future plan of what would have happened if this film had been made 4 years ago. Yep. And trust me, if you haven't seen this article, woo, man, it is a doozy. I know Sean hasn't seen this article. I'm fairly certain he would have said something.
Yeah. Buckle up.
Buckle up for after the top 10 when you hear about what the future plans were, because it gets crazy.
Yeah. Hopefully you're not a drinker.
Yes, yeah. Oh my! If you're not,
you're going to be.
You're going to be a drinker after hearing. Yeah. If you're not depressed, you're going to be depressed after hearing this.
It made me want to start drinking heavily.
Whew. So anyway, let's step back, rewind it back. Zack Snyder, his movies.
Yeah.
Kyle, what are your takeaways on Zack Snyder's films?
He's a very controversial, in a way, director. I
often hear not original.
Yes.
Not creative.
Like, I have a very love-hate relationship with Zack Snyder. I loved Dawn of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Snuck into that movie.
Oh,
I remember sneaking into it. I bought a ticket for Starsky and Hutch and snuck in to see Zack Snyder's Justice. To see Dawn of the Dead.
It's fair.
It was awesome.
Yep.
I loved it.
I love it too. Yeah.
Thought it was great.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he wrote that with James Gunn.
Yep, James Gunn. Yeah.
Don't get into James Gunn, but
director of the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 and the upcoming The Suicide Squad.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I like that. I loved 300.
Mm-hmm.
That came out at a time when I was a young man, young lad. And of course, it's like fucking metal.
And that spawned who knows how many Spartan challenges and races ever since then.
And he's just collecting checks on that still.
Yeah. So, I think he even said at the time, Warner Brothers gave him an Aston Martin for how well that film did. I'm fairly certain that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly certain he gave an interview at the time and said he was given an Aston Martin for how well that film did on the low budget it was.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Then we saw Sucker Punch. That thing
we were sucker punched.
They were garbage.
Oh my god!
I wanted to walk out.
The guys we went with, we were all laughing our butts off. You
had a bunch of Air Force buddies. We went down. We were in Florida. You were stationed there.
Mm-hmm.
Saw it. Awful.
Yes, it was.
Absolutely. And at that point, I was like, I'm kind of done with Zack Snyder.
Yeah, it's just like, But then, thankfully, he had a bit of a rebound. Watchmen.
Yeah, he had Watchmen.
Yes.
Which
called the Watchmen.
Yes. Which, I mean, I love Watchmen. The extended cut is awesome.
Yes.
I know it is very controversial. People either love it or hate that movie.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's nobody in between. It's like Seinfeld fans. It's like you either love it or hate it, and I loved Watchmen.
Yes, me too. Likewise, I love Watchmen.
I love Watchmen, the comic book. And I'm just like, I think the graphic novel's awesome. I love the movie.
He did, and the hardest part, not just everything, but for me, it was like making the ending more plausible as opposed to developing a giant space squid and having to have it psychically implanted in people with psychics.
Yep.
No, it's like it's Dr. Manhattan.
Which
it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Spoiler, a 30-year spoiler alert. Sorry if you haven't read it or seen it. Come on.
Yeah.
And you're watching us. Come on.
Shame on you.
Shame on you. Come on.
Yeah. So I loved Watchmen. So he bounced back with that, and then
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
Yep.
I liked Man of Steel.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's not great. It's good. I like it.
People have that Superman doesn't kill thing. Which it's like, I get that, obviously.
I know, I was defensive of it. I'm like, he has killed in the comics.
Yeah.
He had one of the best issues in John Byrne's run. He executed General Zod and his two minions, who were supposed to be Non and Ursa.
Yeah.
Stand-ins. And it's like, he did it,
And it's like in how Zack did that movie when the heat rate. It's like you want him to literally just be like, "Oh, well, go ahead and kill this family."
Yeah,
That's
he
fine.
even says to him, "I'm not going to stop."
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like, what's he supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
So
and he hasn't even been Superman for like a day.
Or at most two.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I like the way it was shot.
Mm-hmm.
Henry Cavill is fucking Superman.
He's
Superman.
I know our mom likes him.
Yeah, it's hard for any middle-aged woman to not love Henry Cavill. It's like,
let alone any woman.
Yeah, or man. I'm pretty sure I love him. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
He's my Superman.
Yes.
I mean, it's Christopher Reeve was. I mean, I was very young when I wasn't even alive when Superman came out. We weren't, but like watching it as kids. Yeah,
I watched it all the time. The first, all those films, all the Christopher Reeve films, I watched on repeat on a cycle on our VHS tapes, day after day. Loved them.
Yeah, and I was a fan, and then but seeing him don that suit in Man of Steel,
it was an epic, iconic moment. You see him come out of the ship, and it's like, oh crap, yeah,
he looks like Superman. It's like that's exactly how I picture Superman, just a jacked up dude. Like, so I loved Man of Steel, and then BVS.
So I'm in defense of BVS. I thoroughly enjoy BVS mainly because of Ben Affleck's Batman. To me, that is the comic book visual of Batman put on film. That is the costume. That is the physical embodiment of Batman, how he would look, a middle-aged Dark Knight Returns Batman.
Yeah.
And that was perfect. That was perfect. So I go back and watch Christian Bale. I'm like, that's okay. That was more of a realistic approach, which in hindsight now it's like, oh, it was good. It was okay. But just seeing the comic book brought to life, Ben Affleck brought that to life. And I have the statue of it at home. And I took that film and appreciated it more because I saw it as a Batman who has lost hope at that point. He's gone, he has stared into the abyss and gone over the edge and could not care less.
Yeah.
And I went with that approach. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's one of those films that talk about the sum being greater than the parts. The parts are better than the sum of that movie.
Yes, yeah.
If you could take out bits and pieces of that movie, there is a movie in there that's really good.
I love the extended cut, but I will say the movie Civil War is almost the same thing as that film. Civil War is almost the same plot. Someone behind the scenes putting the two heroes against each other.
Yeah.
And Civil War did it more coherently as opposed to BVS did.
Yeah, and it helps that Marvel at that point had 7 years under its belt or something.
At least.
Mm-hmm. So it had a lot more mythos to it, and a lot of people were able to get on board as opposed to you have one movie, that sort of thing.
So the movie did okay. It didn't cross the $1 billion mark, which they were hoping for. But at that point, they were already working on Justice League.
Yep.
And life happens with Zack.
Yeah.
Zack had to leave.
Yep.
And Joss Whedon comes in. And
the hero. I mean, he brought Avengers to the screen.
How could you not trust him at that point? He'd done Avengers and Avengers 2.
Which was
a bit of a dip down. But still, Avengers 2. He brought the Avengers to life.
Like he did the impossible.
Yeah.
He made an impossible movie possible and good. So it's like, well, how bad could Justice League be? And it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, and
I've seen it several times, unfortunately, and I watched it before I saw Zack Snyder's Justice League. Because I wanted to be like, okay, I'm going to look at this.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see the differences, and if there was a lot. Because if it wasn't, then I'm like, well, what the hell is the point? But we'll get into it later. But
there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of differences. There are a lot. There are a lot of differences, and I will say right now, I enjoy the Zack Snyder cut much more than the original cut with Joss Whedon.
Same.
I will gladly sit through another 4 hours of this new cut as opposed to Joss Whedon's movie again.
Yeah, I've literally watched Zack Snyder's Justice League cut twice already, and I gotta say, I couldn't even tell it was 4 hours.
I mean, the first time we watched it is Kyle, Sean, and I. We were originally going to do this live in Sean's Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yes.
Live, but it didn't work out that way. But time flew by watching this. It just flew by. And it's like, holy crap, we're already halfway through this film. And
yeah, we took a couple breaks, not many.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even tell. I'm just like, oh wow, we're already this far in.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
As opposed to that first cut of Joss Whedon's Justice League
film, if you want to call it a film.
Yeah, it is awful.
Yeah.
It's abysmal.
It's a slog. It's a slog to get through.
It is. And there are some things in that movie, in that cut, that I think are good or better, I should say. But for the most part, overall, the tone, which is how I judge this movie, that movie had no tone.
No.
It had no idea what the hell it was going to be.
That was more of a, it felt like more of a, they pulled a 180 on the tone of it. They made that far more comedic. This one was far more serious. And I appreciate the far more serious aspect to this, because when you see certain characters show up in this, it's like, I don't think you can make funny scenes with Darkseid in this.
No, with a jokey Superman who's laughing with Cyborg about not being able to feel his legs.
Yeah.
It's like, and then Darkseid shows up. It would be like, what the hell?
What is the tone of this? Yeah.
Like Darkseid would just be like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, this is a joke.
Yeah.
Literally. He would just kill him. It's like, this is stupid. So it was unfortunate what happened with Zack and what happened with Justice League, but hopefully that can be rectified.
Yes. But I would say on the whole, he's probably batting 500, if not a little less than that.
Yeah. I like Dawn of the Dead 300 and Watchmen so much that I completely forgot about Sucker Punch and a lot of the others that are just like, so overall, I like his style. I like that he takes chances.
He does,
and he took a big chance on this. A lot of people are turned off about Zack Snyder's vision of the DC universe, but
I'm going to say, we're going to bring it up once again when we get past our top 10 takeaways and we get to what the plans were. Woo! Oh boy, a lot of people would have been pissed off and upset with this.
I would have been
depressed.
Yeah,
I would have been as well. I'd have been like, when did this happen? Yeah, there's a certain key moment.
Yes,
key plot thread. It's like, when did this happen?
Yeah, you're just not going to explain this.
No.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, got it.
Okay,
got it. All right.
Sure. It's the only antithesis of this entire thing, but whatever. So that's his problem when he isn't reined in.
Yes,
he can go a little too far down the rabbit hole.
I want to. I'm probably. We'll get to that a little later on. Okay, so let's jump in. Top 10 takeaways.
Yes.
Here we go. All right, number 10.
Number 10.
It is the. Get my mouse cursor over here. Minute 35. We're going to the. There we go. Opening credit scene. This is completely different.
Yes.
Than the previous one. And in this one, we see it picks up where BVS left off, or when the death happens, and we see Superman dies, and more or less we see an echoing of his yell of right before he dies. It reverberates throughout the rest of the earth. Despite that's not how shock sound waves work, but we see it go through Atlantis, the Mascara. It affects everyone. Everyone's like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah, and it's more or less also a metaphor. For Superman dying. It's reverberating throughout.
Yes,
it's like this is a big deal.
Yeah, and Lex Luthor hears it, and the new gods hear it.
Yep.
This was the ding ding ding. This was the key to Darkseid. Earth is for the taking. The Kryptonian is dead.
Yeah, that didn't make sense in the first cut of Justice League, but makes sense now.
Makes sense now. It's not him talking to kids with their iPhones.
Yeah, we're already in 1:32, and it makes more friggin' sense.
And it's already more awesome.
It is.
Yeah. All right. That was number 10.
Number 10, the opening scene.
Yep. And number 9.
What do we got for number 9?
Number 9 is less jokey jokes this time around. So we're on HBO where we are going through each scene. We're not watching it live. So hopefully Warner Bros. Doesn't ding us for this.
Yeah.
Less jokey jokes this time around. And I know in specifically this scene, there's a jokey joke from Joss Whedon's cut.
Yeah.
Not here this time.
Which it's like the joke I really didn't have a problem with as much as the scene itself.
But this scene is more or less a takeaway from like the previous cut, the Joss Whedon cut, just an example of like this stuff like this is gone.
Yes.
Those jokes are gone. The levity is gone.
Now, some people said, the opening scene of Justice League with Batman on the rooftop in Gotham, setting up that parademon.
That just looked bad.
It looked bad.
You can tell it looked like a set. It did
I'm
not.
pretty sure it was a soundstage.
Yes.
It was pretty awful, and it's like, wait, Batman already knows there's parademons, which it's like, okay, he's the world's greatest detective. I will give you that mulligan that he might know what parademons are.
Yeah,
but then it's like it's like, and then the parademon dies for reasons,
and then boom, we could see three mother boxes,
3 boxes again, which he already knows about. He shows up here to Aquaman. There's a drawing of 3 boxes on a wall, and it's like, you don't need to be the world's greatest detective
to figure that out.
Yeah, anybody can figure this out.
That's gone in this,
completely gone, and it makes sense. It's like, get rid of these. It's like, make it more serious. Batman's being a detective in this. He spent days trying to get here, which is like,
we see that we actually see him spend days in the mountains, you know, on horseback, trying to get to this secluded town.
Yeah, which explains why he has a beard.
Yes, exactly.
The first guy, it's like, why did he have a beard?
Yeah. So that was number 9. Less jokey jokes this time around. And number 8 is
number 8. More character development
for everyone.
Going to kill everyone. It just makes sense.
Yes, Cyborg.
Yeah,
we actually get his backstory in this.
We get him. We actually get a line saying he is Cyborg.
Yes, they actually dropped the word cyborg in this. Yeah, it's like, because I'm fairly certain they did not say that word at all in Joss Whedon's cut.
I don't remember him being referred to as cyborg.
No, they didn't even say the word.
Yeah,
I don't think they even said it.
Yeah, you get that in this.
Yes.
So
we see him when he's in college playing football. We see what happens to his body, and we see the strained relationship between him and his dad.
We see his mom.
His mom. Yeah, we see the relationship he has with his mom, and granted, he makes some questionable moral choices in this film, which are, lack of a better term, I disagree with. They're bad. They're bad choices he makes. Two of them specifically.
Very bad. I disagree with him 100%.
Yes, all I'm gonna say is stealing is bad, no matter any way you put it. Stealing is bad.
Yeah, regardless if you're Robin Hood, it's like you're stealing it's like you're still stealing.
Yeah, but we get more character development from him, more from Flash. Aquaman, we spend time on Atlantis with Volko, which is great. Awesome. And we get Amber Heard's English accent as Mera. We should remember she doesn't have an English accent in Aquaman. But
you can see Aquaman, and it was just like, we don't know. We're getting away from Justice League. Which is fine.
Yep, absolutely. It made $1 billion. Good choice. Yeah,
but everybody gets more. Even the villains. Everybody gets more character development, and that's what we wanted. And we were hoping that out of a 4-hour movie, it's like, okay, you can at least do some character development, and they did.
They did, and you find more of an attachment to these characters.
100% right out of the gate.
All right, and now we're on to number 7.
It is less cringe from the Flash, slightly less cringe.
There he is. Boop! Right there. All right. Yep. So with this, slightly less. We got less jokey jokes, and we see him save Iris. We see Iris Allen in this. Yeah. He saves Iris.
Yeah.
And when he's with his dad, we see more. It gets more of a serious tone.
Yes.
With his dad, telling him to forget him.
Yeah,
it's
like you get the Flash puns, but it's not as cringy.
No, it's not. No, you're running in place. It's like
I get it.
Yeah, but that's gone this time. I think.
It's gone.
Yeah, so it's more of a serious, dramatic approach this time, and I think there's few less jokes when Bruce first meets him as well.
Yes, he doesn't bring up brunch.
No, I forgot. Yes, the brunch crap is completely gone this time.
Thank God.
No post-credit brunch scene. No talk about what is brunch. Gone.
Yeah,
perfect.
And he doesn't bring up about the Pet Cemetery bringing Superman back.
No, I do love how they talk about it this time. Yeah, scratch that off the bucket list.
Yeah, and then that's kind of harping back, back into more character development. It's their reasons for bringing Superman back are completely different in this one, as opposed to Joss Whedon's.
Yeah, it feels more like we need to start talking about the boxes. What the boxes know, and it's like they pretty much clue them in. And it's like, hey, you're gonna need Superman for this.
And they're all like, we need Superman. And Flash even says, he's my hero. It's like, you didn't get that before. It was
No.
just like Flash being like, I don't know my powers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I run really
Mhm.
fast? I don't know. Maybe.
Mhm.
It's like, and I like the line from Joss Whedon's, just save one person.
Yeah,
I
that
like
was
that.
okay. Yeah,
They could have kept that in this.
Mhm.
Well, not really,
Not
because
really.
he saves Iris, but
Yeah.
it's like you could have had something like that in this. But I did like that line, but it's also not needed in this because
No.
he already saved somebody. So it's giving Flash like, okay, you're a character.
Mhm.
You know how to run fast.
Yes,
Congrats.
including you know how to save lives.
Yes. So yeah, overall, I thought it was better with less cringe from the Flash. This time.
Absolutely.
All right, on to number 6.
Numero 6.
Yes, Martian Manhunter. What?
Yes, that is right. Hopefully, you guys have watched this by now. There he is.
Martian Manhunter's
All his
inclusion.
glory. Yes, Martian Manhunter has been hidden in plain sight the whole time.
Yes.
And so apparently, spoiler alert, Zack wanted Green Lantern to show up at the end of this, but gone. Warner Brothers cut him at the last minute. So
it's another green character.
Yeah, he's another green character, but in my opinion, he's more badass. He is, I mean, if going by DC lore, Martian Manhunter is as strong and as powerful as Superman.
That's true.
He is.
That's true.
And I mean, more of a threat, if there is a nightmare sequence, and you got Martian Manhunter on your side. Yeah. Yeah.
And
just keep him away from fire.
Right. It also makes sense in this. It's like, honestly, if Green Lantern was here, it would change this completely, as opposed to him showing up at the end being like, hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
What'd I miss?
Yes.
It's like, oh, you missed the world ending, but no big deal.
Speaking of, we'll get to that a little, like I said, after the top 10, we'll get to that.
Yeah. So
just wait.
I love seeing Martian Manhunter here. You get him in the middle of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You get a scene. Which
it's like,
awesome.
what? It's like, whoa, wait, whoa?
Yeah. It's definitely we were all three of us
were like,
what?
Yeah.
Like, did that just happen? We paused the movie. We're like, did this just happen?
Yeah.
It just
crazy.
happened.
Yeah.
So it was great. I think it's important having Martian Manhunter. I think he looks good. People are kind of cringy about the CGI, but
really?
I think it's
great.
I think that's how I wanted Martian Manhunter to look.
Yeah. I mean, I have no problem with that.
I don't either.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's number 6.
It's number 6, Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
He's here. All right. And number 5, Cinco.
It is Superman's black costume, lack of de mustache CGI.
There he is, right there. Perfect spot.
Good spot.
Yes. It's like he just looks authentic and genuine this whole time.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have made this better is if he had the mullet and the beard. Mullet and the beard,
Yeah.
And you see him shave it at the very end or something, But like if you came back we're having the beard, but it'd be hard to explain that when your body dies.
Yeah, he wouldn't have grown a beard. But
anyway, optics, besides those optics, he looks great here. The costume looks fantastic. The black and silver from the comics, it's always been iconic.
Yep.
And he looks terrific here. Yeah, I have no problems with this at all.
I don't either. Did they explain it? No. But do I care? Not really.
Not really. No, he looks badass.
I should.
Yes.
I should care, because it's like, why the hell does he have his black? It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Why is that in there?
And they explain in the comics. Explain it's his regeneration suit. It kind of helps him like heal up, speed up his health faster.
Yeah, and it's like all it needed was you bring back Russell Crowe and Jor-El and just have him do another line like,
"This is a Kryptonian scientific healing suit."
Yeah.
Increase your exposure to space yellow sunlight.
Yeah, it's like it's all you need, just a little, because you see him then immediately fly up into space, and sit there and just drink in the sun's radiation. It's like, if that would have just been a little line like, hey, this will help you regenerate faster, so give you more susceptible to getting the rays in. It's like, okay, cool, great. But we didn't have it, but whatever, I don't care. It's awesome.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, don't care.
It looks cool.
Yeah. It's just so good looking.
Yeah. No hints of any mustache at all, and the costume looks fantastic.
Perfect.
Yes,
that's all we wanted.
Yep. As a fan, I'm very happy with this, and could not complain about this really.
Nope.
So, and we're on to number 4.
Number four.
Okay, we're gonna fast forward a bit.
Yep. And number 4.
Here we go. It is the Kyle. What is the number 4?
It is the all wonderful, all great nightmare sequence. The nightmare sequence.
Yes. So we get Joker.
Yep.
We get Mara. We get Deathstroke.
Yep.
Cyborg, Flash, and Batman, and Joker.
Which
Joker.
it's like, why? I don't know.
But We get explanations to what happened to Harley Quinn,
Yeah,
which is great.
yeah, that's another thing. Like this dialogue,
Yeah.
like it's rated R for a reason.
Yeah,
there are some
absolutely,
F-bombs that are dropped in this,
Oh yeah.
which are awesome. It's like it's well deserved.
Yes.
I think it, especially at this point
Yeah.
into the future when everything's decimated,
Done. Yeah.
and the anti-life equation has been found. We
Yes.
assume.
So, spoiler alert: the anti-life equation has been found on Earth. It is here.
So it's been here the whole time. Steppenwolf kind of gets a glimpse of it, and then apparently, according to this, he unlocks it.
Yep.
And everything's turned to shit.
Yeah. It's Mad Max.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought this was I was so cringy about Jared Leto coming back as Joker.
He did such a better job this time. Yeah.
He was it's like, and people say he sounds a little like Jim Carrey from Ace Ventura a little bit, the kind of the laugh. Like he's like kind of.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Jared Leto's Joker. I was not a fan of Suicide Squad. I thought it was garbage. I thought Jared Leto was horrible as Joker. That being said,
Captain Boomerang's my favorite part of that film. I love Captain Boomerang. 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
Yeah, that pretty much sums him up. This, however, was just enough to where it's like, okay. It's like they didn't let him get too
carried away.
Yeah, as far as back as jokey jokes.
And so the fact it's like, got a truce.
Yeah.
On this card, we got a truce.
Which explains why he has a Joker card attached to his gun and BVS.
Yep.
So I thought this was great. Now, was it tacked on at a weird time in the movie? Yeah. Did it make sense? Not really. But I think it's what fans want.
Yes.
It's fan service.
Want a lot. I mean, for me, one of the best part is, probably one of the top two, 1A, 1B. The nightmare sequence from BVS. I love the nightmare sequence. You want to talk about a concept that has potential growth, a storyline I want to see happen in a miniseries, in a comic, TV series.
Yeah,
it's the nightmare sequence. Give me Batman in a duster with goggles and a rifle, just trying to survive in Wasteland. F and A, F and A, yeah.
It's it just tickles that bone of like, oh, like where are they going to go with this next?
And like I said, folks, we'll get to that.
Yeah, hold on to your butts because
it goes to crazy town.
Yes, indeed. So in moderation, this is great, and that's exactly what this is. It's moderation. It's not a lot. It's just enough to where you see these characters. It's like, oh, what happened to so and so? Oh, what happened to so and so? Oh, it's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's just fun.
Yes.
If you guys just have fun. It's like put your swords away.
This was when it got fun for me. This is what it's like. Yeah.
It's like quit nitpicking every little thing. It's like just have some fun with this movie. And so that's what that's why it's so high up on our list, because it's fun.
Exactly.
So that's a great number 4.
Yep. And number 3, Kyle, what is number 3?
The fight scenes overall have been greatly improved, and we cannot stress this enough.
Yes, there we go. That's a good spot.
It's a great spot.
So one thing I did notice on the get-go in Themyscira, we got blood. We got blood. We got people are getting their heads knocked off. We got blood splatting against walls.
Yeah,
everything.
Wonder Woman's killing people.
Yeah, she's snapping necks and cashing checks.
Yeah,
and it's like, this is awesome. This is what I want. Yeah,
it's like, why not? It's like these people. It's like in the opening scene with Wonder Woman, and those. It's like a much better scene. You get motivation actually for those terrorists. But
yes, we do. Yeah.
They
seem they're more of a legitimate threat this time when they come in.
Yeah,
and I love the guy. You see him. The camera is focusing on the suitcase.
Yeah,
we see all the people getting blown away, laid away behind in its path. It's great.
Yeah. Any other director, they'd be focusing on the killing and the shooting. It's like, no, we're focusing on the briefcase. Like, what's in the briefcase?
Yeah.
So, like when you see Wonder Woman throw somebody into a wall in real life, they would probably fly through that wall and be decimated. It's like they wouldn't exist anymore. Yeah. So it's like, to see her throw somebody at a wall and see blood everywhere, it's like, that's what would happen. Yeah. They wouldn't just get up later with a sore back. Yeah. Like, oh, that really hurt. Yeah. It's like,
something's definitely bleeding.
Yeah. God, thank God that line's gone.
Yes, that line gone this time. Yes, love it.
Batman wouldn't say that, but you get blood. You get violence. Like that's what we want to see in these movies. And I think it's great.
Especially if it's rated R.
Yeah. In this fight scene, it's like you get a really cool effect of Steppenwolf's axe, like a lightning effect. And it's so great. It just adds that depth to the character and to this weapon. It's just something subtle like that. it improves it immensely. Very happy with all of the fight scenes in this.
Likewise, every single one, from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
All right, and we're on to number 2. Holy crap! We're going through this list fast.
Number 2.
Kyle, what is number 2?
All right, this may be controversial, but Steppenwolf's improvements overall, the character and the visuals.
And wait for it.
Please don't strike us.
Please don't strike us. I missed it.
No,
we missed it. Okay.
Anyway,
Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Wow.
He is awesome in this. He looks fantastic.
Yeah, he's not a Shakespearean character who's pontificating every time he shows up.
For Darkseid.
It's just like, what Tennessee Williams play did you come out of, and why the hell are you talking like that?
And not just that, but he looks much less of a cartoon. He looks like much less of a cartoon now, and more of a legitimate physical threat this time. He looks terrifying this time.
Yeah, like the armor breathes.
Yes.
Moves.
Yeah.
It's like that's a character in and of itself.
Yeah.
And it just the way the light refracts off of it. It is.
And the way his face looks this time, it's more of a beast. It's not human. It's not human this time.
Yeah.
Look at it. It's like, what is up with that face?
It's like, is that a guy with a bone goatee?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't like it. He talks a lot less in this.
Yes,
which
absolutely.
Is good.
Absolutely. Yes.
He looks more menacing.
Mm-hmm.
He has motivation from as a character. Like you kind of feel like you gotta feel bad. You don't feel bad for him.
No, but you understand what happened in the past with him. You see he's essentially trying to redeem himself with Darkseid here.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of sucks for me. And he's doing the legwork,
but it gives him motivation. Like he so badly wants to impress Darkseid.
Oh, you see him get on his knees begging, just it is terrific. Oh,
it's just like a son and a father. It's like you're just trying to impress your dad so much. It's like God, it's never good enough.
Yeah.
So
Darkseid is never good enough.
Yeah. So with Steppenwolf, he's like, I will do anything and everything I can to get these friggin' boxes.
Yeah, even when he's got 2, it's like 2's not good enough. We want 3.
Yeah. And he has to look for them.
Mm-hmm.
And Joss Whedon's, it's like, boom. He's there in Atlantis. Boom, he's there at Earth and just grabs the box and leaves. It's like, why didn't he do that to begin with?
Yeah.
In this one, he's pulling Atlanteans out of the ocean.
That's great. You see him dragging Atlanteans out of the ocean, grabs one, throws him against the rocks. He's like, oh, don't worry. You don't have to tell me. And it's just,
he's going to interrogate him.
Has this little spider minion robot thing to get it out of his brain. It's like, perfect. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. And then he shows up to Star Labs. He's outside of it.
Yeah, and that's because after they bring back Superman, it's like it ding 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 warns him. Yep. Boom, he shows up.
And that's another great. It's like the box knows. It's like, and it's telling the Kryptonian ship like, do not do this.
It's repeat, not just once. It's over and over again. They're saying,
yes,
do not do this. There is no going back. The future is forever changed.
Yeah,
don't do this.
Yeah, and they have to know that. They have to realize. And Batman's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
like bring Superman back. We'll deal with that later, sort of thing. And and it's so great. And then Steppenwolf shows up, and then Silas is grabbing the box and taking it back into Star Labs, and it's like. You just see Steppenwolf's motivation. It's like he will do whatever it takes to get these boxes, and he has to look for them.
Yep.
So much better.
Yes, it is.
Makes sense.
Less shorthand.
Yes. Which I get. It's like you have to trim down a 4-hour cut of a movie to 2 hours. But the stuff you added, did you need to add it?
Honestly, this could have been, if I'm looking at it, could probably have been closer to 3.5, probably.
I would say.
Yeah. There's a couple moments in here you could have gotten rid of. But overall, I'm not complaining about that.
Yeah, and, there's probably a 3-hour cut of this movie that's probably perfect, damn near perfect, and getting rid of some of the. Now, despite what we're saying, how much we love the Zack Snyder Justice League cut, before we get to number 1,
it's not a perfect movie.
It's not a perfect movie.
No,
the music sucks.
The music is terrible in this.
It is garbage.
Yeah,
it just completely just kind of like takes you out of it.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll give Joss Whedon. The music in his film was much better.
Yeah, the Aquaman scene where he takes the guy to the bar and he says, it's on him.
Yeah,
and then you get that fucking rock song, metal song. It's awesome in Joss Whedon's.
That was the White Stripes, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, it's perfect. And this is like more
some fucking ballad about.
It's like
what?
This doesn't fit.
It's like it's another Hallelujah.
Yeah,
it's like oh Jesus. I don't have a guy crying into a microphone. It's like no thanks. So yeah, aside so that was definitely not as good. So before we get to number one, that was all right. So shall we do number one?
Number one, numero uno, whatever could it be?
I have no idea.
See if I can time this just right.
Yes. See if you can get it. Get it. So close.
So close. Wait for it. Boom. There. Close enough.
Yep. We got it. It's Darkseid and the New Gods.
Darkseid and the New Gods. Holy crap. Look at that face. Oh my God. That is terrifying.
Yeah.
You compare him to Thanos. Where he looks like Grimace.
Yep.
I'm terrified of this.
Yeah. And I get when you first see Darkseid in the beginning, he gets his ass kicked.
He does, yeah.
But then again, it's like you're losing to gods.
You're losing to Zeus
and Ares
and a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Atlanteans. The Mascarans.
Yeah. It's like, and it's like you're getting Lord of the. It's like
it's like a Lord of the Rings battle.
It literally is, and it's like you look at the beginning of Lord of the Rings and the Fellowship with Sauron.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he loses too. Mm-hmm. It's like, does it make him any less menacing when he comes back?
No.
It's like no, he's still menacing throughout all three of the books. So it's like just like with this, it's like he may have Ares stab him in the the shoulder.
Yes, like clear cut through him,
and the blood going everywhere. And it's like, but it's like he just killed a Green Lantern.
Yeah,
like he sliced off the dude's hand.
Yeah,
like, and he almost grabs the ring at one point.
So
too.
it's a big point. A big change is that a lot of those Steppenwolf scenes they've replaced with Darkseid.
Yes, which
makes sense.
Yes, that should have been Darkseid. It should not have been Steppenwolf coming back here to Earth.
No,
it's like no, Darkseid showed up, got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
But while he was here, he may have found the anti-life equation. Maybe we don't know what his motivation, but he's not sure that the anti-life is on Earth.
He's been scouring the universe, destroying planets, trying to find it.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands.
Yes, hundreds of thousands.
We've learned, and it's like this guy's a badass. As you know, and Thanos and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, you first see him. He's sitting on a throne. It's like, okay, who is this guy?
Yeah.
He doesn't really do much.
No. You just know he's trying to court death.
Yeah. So it's like this one, you actually see him fight.
Yes,
you don't see Thanos fight.
He's an actual physical, legitimate threat.
Yeah.
And there's one great moment earlier on with Steppenwolf, when he's speaking through the metal radiation piece. And you see everyone around Steppenwolf start kneeling and bowing, and he's like, what's going on? It's like, oh crap, here he comes.
Yeah.
It is. Yes. Darkseid is terrifying in this film. And honestly, whatever studio makes a statue of this, wherever Prime One, Sideshow, the statue of this is going to sell like hotcakes.
Oh, it's going to be insane. And we get to see him use his Omega beams.
Yes, we see the Omega beams. Oh my God.
It's like the one, it's like you gotta have the Omega beams.
And if you're using Darkseid, you gotta have the Omega beams.
Yeah. Yeah. And he gets it. And they just do just enough with this character to where
we get name drops, the Great Darkness.
Yes.
Which is great. Anti-life equation, all these geek things, which were not brought up last time.
Nope.
It is fantastic.
Like huge motivation. It's like now Earth in itself is a character because the anti-life equation is on Earth.
Yes.
Which explains why Darkseid would even want to come back.
Yeah.
And why he's invested so much into Earth.
Yeah, Steppenwolf's like, I believe I found it here, and Darkseid's like, you have. And they're all like, oh shit. Yeah.
It's like, wow, we've been looking for this forever.
Yeah.
And it's here
the whole time.
Yeah. Which, at the end, you find like right here at this scene, it's like, okay, he's like, get everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like
you're coming with.
Yeah. We're all going. And we're gonna kick some ass.
Yes, yeah. We got Granny, we got Granny Goodness, we got the Sod. We're going. You're coming with.
Yep. It's like we get the Sod.
Yeah, we get the Sod and Granny Goodness. Holy crap. Never in a million years did I think I'd be able to see them.
Yeah,
oh my God.
She looks a lot better here than in the comics.
Yes. Yeah, she actually looks more physically imposing. Yeah, as opposed to a miserly old grandmother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Old maid. Hag.
Beg your pardon. Overall, I mean, this has to be number one. And I think this list just goes to prove all the greatness that Zack Snyder was able to accomplish.
Yes, what could have been there in 2016 watching this.
What should have been there in the first place. But, it's a huge win for Zack.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge win for geekdom.
Yes, it is.
Now, shall we go into
what
might have been had this have been such a success?
What might have been? So bear in mind, we're going to step back, rewind it back to the magical year of 2016.
That's a good time.
Zack Snyder's Justice League has just come out.
Yay!
It's a huge box office hit. Everyone loves it. Yay!
Woo!
Much rejoicing.
Yay.
And then he gets to make his upcoming films, Justice League 2, which would have been split off into 2 films, which is strange in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bleeding Cool, the website Bleeding Cool, which I suggest if you're going to go to it, make sure you have all of your anti-virus ads and your computer's taking plenty of penicillin shots.
Yeah.
Did I just go off it?
We off?
We off? Don't know. Okay. Bear with me, folks.
Yeah, so if you decide to go to Bleeding Cool, be forewarned
that it's something.
Yeah.
So I need to exit, or is this my? We're gonna exit
out of
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that didn't work.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, folks, it didn't work.
Yep.
Our plan didn't work. But anyway, what happens is that we get storyboard art from Jim Lee,
which is great,
which is fantastic. But we get told that we are not making this crap up. We're not making this up.
According to our sources, yes, we're not making this up.
And we kind of see why the executives wanted to pull this. Where it's like, you know what? This is a bit much.
Yeah.
So what does happen is that Darkseid comes to Earth.
Yep.
And Superman takes Lois to the Batcave.
Yep.
Tells Batman, she is my world. Keep her safe.
Yep.
And at some point right there, Lois and Batman get into an argument. And Lois says, you want to say it?
He says, you're not the father.
Yes. Lois says to Batman, you are not the father.
Which it's like, what?
What? Whoa. When did this happen?
Yeah, timeout.
Yeah.
We didn't get any mention of this in your Justice. Now, in this cut, this cut of Zack Snyder's Justice League, we do get a
here we go. Got it.
We do get a shot of Lois looking into a drawer and seeing a pregnancy test. Now, we don't see we see her then go into the bathroom. We assume she's taking it because then at the end of the movie, Bruce tells Clark, "Hey, congratulations, by the way."
Yeah.
So you assume she's pregnant at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Or maybe it's in congratulations on the engagement. We don't know.
Also true. We don't. We have no idea. It is a throwaway line.
It's very silent. It's a very silent line. Oh, congratulations. By the way, it's like
and then you barely see her look at a pregnancy test. That isn't really the focus. It is the focus of the shot, but it isn't.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. So then we get here and you're reading this and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense.
No.
When did this happen? Why did this happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get Lex Luthor recruiting his own in Justice League, which would have included Dr. Maw from Wonder Woman.
Correct.
And
somebody from the Flash.
It's Leonard Snart. It's Captain Cold.
Yes.
Captain Cold
was supposed to be in the Flash movie that was supposed to have come out at this point.
And we would have gotten as well the Riddler. Yes, the Riddler.
Sure.
Who then swiftly blows his brains out.
Yeah, that was the last riddle or something.
Yeah.
It's like, and then he commits suicide. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's a image, I guess, storyboard image from Jim Lee right there.
Yep.
And then we're led to believe afterwards that
another nightmare scene where Diana takes over Themyscira. She becomes
a queen. Yep.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why not? But then we get that what's his name? Darkseid. So Darkseid comes into the cave.
Yes.
kills Lois.
Yep.
And Superman goes crazy.
Yeah, he arrives just in time.
Just in time. Yep. There's Darkseid right there. Beautiful promo image with Darkseid. Yeah, looks great.
That's a cool Darkseid.
Yep. And
yep.
So I guess he just Darkseid tells Superman to submit, or whatever,
Yeah.
And since that was pretty much the breaking of his spirit.
Yeah, because Lex tells Darkseid, if you want to go at him, go at him at his heart or something, whatever. And like she's the key, she's his heart.
Which we're told numerous times in all the films that Lois is the key. Yeah.
Yes, it's like, okay, we get it.
So if you've read it or seen or played the video game, it really has callbacks to Injustice. Yeah, it really does happen. Injustice callbacks.
Yeah, replace Joker with Darkseid.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And and turns Lois to ash with the Omega beams.
It's like, God.
Justice League's under attack, and then this is hysterical. If you picture this is hysterical. Just Superman goes up to Lex, ignites him on fire with his heat vision, and you just hear him scream like that. I could just see that happening. And then 5 years later, and boom, we got the sand dunes, we got the Nightmare Batman, and there he is right there, the Duster at the remains of Wayne Manor, and that would end of part 1 of Justice League. Right there. That would have been the end of part 1.
Yeah, Batman barely escapes Superman going crazy. Yep. And Superman kills Lex Luthor.
Yep. And we're then Mad Max.
It's like, oh, yay. Leave the theater happy.
It's like, yeah, that was good.
Can't wait to see the next one.
Yeah, so uplifting. Positive.
I feel great.
Yeah. It's like the end of Platoon. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Jeez. And trust me, folks, it doesn't get much better after this when you get to part 2.
No.
So in this film, Green Lantern crashes on Earth.
Why he's flying a spaceship?
I don't know. Why he's been gone for 5 years and didn't know jack and squat about what happened on Earth in this time? I don't know.
It's like, we assume he is the Green Lantern of 2814. We don't know.
Now, if you look at the storyboard images, when they go to rescue him, he looks just like Hal Jordan in this image.
Yes, he looks just like Hal Jordan. So we assume he is the Green Lantern of Sector 2814, which does encompass Earth. And it's like he's never seen Earth before. And he has no power. So Green Lantern's already being cucked. Showing up into this movie.
Yeah. So, the surviving heroes would have been Batman, Deadshot, Flash, Green Lantern, Mara, and Cyborg strung across the Flash's back, which is that's a cool idea. He's got like an upper torso, and the Flash is having to carry him around. It's like, okay.
Yeah, because prior to that, I guess, in the first Justice League, I guess, somebody would have ripped him apart. Yeah, which is cool.
Maybe Superman. Who knows?
Yeah, I think Superman rips him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rips his legs off of him or something, which is cool. And it's like, okay, that's fun.
Mara is trying to save drinkable water, and then we get the name drop, Cosmic Treadmill.
Yeah.
We realize what they're trying to do. They're trying to go back into the past to fix it, and they figured out they have to do it like one time a year. One specific moment, so Flash is going to fly into a rock. It's like it kind of this makes sense.
It makes sense.
Well, it has to be a certain point, one time a year, and they can go back. They've tried it once a year every time, and like they're hoping this time. And then
Marty, you're not thinking fourth dimensionally. Right.
And then we see Bruce is like, no, it's not enough to say Lois is the key. You got to say this. If you remember from the previous film when Lois says like you're not the father, but at this point Bruce tells Barry what to say, and Barry's like, no way. Bruce is like, yeah, tell me that.
It'll change everything.
Yeah, and so we're led to believe Barry goes back into the past. He jumps. Superman's trying to save. Superman kills everyone, trying to get
greatly.
To
yeah. So Green Lantern just shows up.
Died. That's it. Yep. Deadshot misses with a kryptonite bullet. Of course, he would miss.
Yeah, because that's Deadshot.
Yeah,
and ironically, it's Deadshot in this, not Deathstroke.
That's the Deathstroke, because Deathstroke shows up at the end of the Zack Snyder cut. So maybe that would be the change if he does make these films coming out. It would be Deathshot this time. Not Deathshot. I'm sorry, Deathstroke. Yeah.
Yeah, but Deadshot misses with a kryptonite bullet, of course.
Crushes Green Lantern's hand, fires the ring, sets him on fire, and
whatever.
Kills Cyborg, and finally Barry jumps into the past and tells Bruce that Lois lied, you are the father, and Bruce is like, oh crap. So so instead of being away from Lois, Bruce goes to Lois
Yes.
to save her, and then Superman shows up in time to save them
so
both.
Batman jumps in the way of
Lois. And he gets hit. He gets hit. And we're assuming it's like almost like a critical hit. We know he's dying.
It's a critical hit from Darkseid, and then Superman is then able to show up in time to beat the shit out of Darkseid. Which changes everything.
Yes. And then it leads to all-out war.
Yep.
We see more Green Lanterns show up this time. We see the Corps show up.
Yeah, we get the whole Corps. It's like you get Kilowog and you get Abin Sur probably.
Yeah, taking out all the poozers.
Yeah. So, which is like, whatever, okay.
Then Batman essentially goes on a suicide mission, and Justice League win, but Bruce sacrifices himself to take out Darkseid.
Well, the needs of the many.
Yep. And it's kind of a dropped line earlier in the Nightmare sequence when Joker talks about Batman would have sacrificed himself, like
how many worlds or whatever has, everyone died for you.
Yeah. So this kind of makes sense when you hear about that. But even though, do I agree with it? No. Do I like it? No.
I hate it.
Hate it. I hate everything about him being the father of Lois's kid. It's like
stupid.
When would this have happened?
Why? And why is Clark okay? It's like, what?
Yeah, why is Clark okay with this?
It's like, what?
Yeah.
We don't even get any hint of it in the movies. Even in Zack Snyder's Justice League, we do not get a hint of Bruce caring about Lois at all.
Never. I think he barely says Lois's name.
Yeah, and this one, because, in Joss Whedon's cut, we get the Alfred bringing the big guns.
Yeah.
And it's her.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever.
Sure.
Okay. I guess Batman would have a contingency plan.
Yeah.
It's Batman. Mm-hmm. But it makes sense because she comes back to the memorial site like every day.
Yeah.
And so she just kind of happens to be close to the vicinity when Superman does get brought back. So yeah, you get that, but in this Zack Snyder cut, you don't get any hint that they're together.
None.
Talk.
We never see Bruce or Lois together in the same place.
Yeah.
Period.
No texting, no tweeting,
nothing.
No Instagram likes. We get nothing.
Nothing.
Good day, sir. Yeah, it's pretty lame.
Honestly, if there's a relationship I would have bought, it would have been Wonder Woman and Batman. That's the one I would have believed.
And that's the one they're kind of hinting at.
Yeah. It's like, where did this one come from? I don't.
It baffles my mind.
Yeah.
I'm appalled.
Yeah. You're appalled. So we cut to the future. Diana becomes queen of the Amazons. Everyone's rejoicing. Yay. Arthur is the king of Atlantis. Yay. Cyborg evolves. Yay. See Lois mourning Bruce's death.
Oh.
And then, Clark's like, I know. He hears the unborn child's heart and is like, okay, yeah, it's fine. He's your kid. Then 20 years later, they're commemorating Batman's sacrifice. Barbara Gordon is the commissioner. And guess Bruce's son is there. Martian Manhunter present. Where the hell were you this whole time? Yeah. Okay. Thanks for chipping in. At all. Yeah. And Lois takes their son to the Batcave. He learns that the father was Bruce Wayne Batman, and then boom, get all new Batman. Yay. The end. Isn't that just an uplifting, warm film trilogy?
Rip-roaring good time.
Rip-roaring, yes. Rip-roaring good time. Yeah. Laughs all around. Yes.
Yay!
Yeah, that was so awesome. It's like, I mean, I'm not going to lie. After the end of that part one, it's like, God, this is depressing. I don't know if I want to come back for part two.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want any part of this.
Yeah.
I don't want no part of this.
I'm
not a fan.
No.
Thank God. So
best part is the Jim Lee storyboards.
It really is.
Which I'm going to go back up to this one. That was cool right there.
That's awesome. It's a blessing in disguise, kind of, that this kind of happened. Now, the ramifications of Zack Snyder's Justice League coming out and it potentially being a huge success for HBO Max.
Potentially. We don't know yet. We don't know the numbers yet.
Way too early to be speculating on how this is going to do. We can assume it's going to do well. But is it going to do well enough to bring him back to warrant two sequels?
Two. Yeah.
And the answer is hell no. I don't think so. If this is what it's going to be.
And the other thing they tease at the end of this film, in the post-credit sequence, when Deathstroke, jumps Luthor out of Arkham Asylum, there's a big twist in the line. It's not let's make a league of our own. It's he tells Slade Wilson, Batman is Bruce Wayne. That is the big change. It's like, oh shit! It's like that's the big,
and that's the movie I want to see.
Yeah, Batman v Deathstroke. That's
yes, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, the guy who did the Raid, I want him directing it. Batman and Deathstroke going at it, like one night in Gotham. Just
And I would love to see Zack Snyder direct those fight scenes.
Yes,
against those two because that would be amazing.
Absolutely.
So that's a movie I would be signing up for. I'm not signing up for a 2-part series where everybody dies and commits suicide.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think so.
And people get together just for sheer coincidence and have a kid.
Yeah, and then the Green Lanterns just show up because.
Yeah. And Martian Manhunter shows up at the very, very end 20 years later. It's like,
I've been hiding out this whole time.
It's like, what the hell?
Why?
I
don't know.
Jesus.
I lost Mars, man.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Eating Oreos.
Yeah. Dude,
so,
my mom just died.
Yeah, I feel bummed out after reading this again. Jesus.
I do too again.
Yeah.
Like I read it yesterday and I was like, God.
This is depressing.
This is awful.
Yeah.
My life sucks enough. I don't need this. So yeah, it's just such a downer, especially after how this movie ends. It's like it doesn't really end on a dour note. It's not. It's it's not quite uplifting, but it's hopeful.
Hopeful. Yeah, exactly. There's hope at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like these guys are coming together, they're doing something, and there's going to be more. And then we got Martian Manhunter. Like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's keep him away from fire.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
We'll find that out later.
Yeah.
So
I recommend checking out Zack Snyder's Justice League. Break it up in parts. You'll have a good time watching it. I'm fairly certain action scenes are awesome. Great special effects. The villains look great. Heroes look great. You're going to enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, it's broken up 6 parts in an epilogue, right?
Yep.
So you can honestly, each time there's a title card, part 1, part 2, part 3. It's like, so it makes it easy to really stop this movie whenever you want.
Yep.
Just wait for the next title card. You can pause it. So yeah, I don't see, if you were a fan of Zack Snyder, if you were even a fan of the first Justice League movie, what 5 of you there are out there, I really think you need to take the time to watch this because it is a completely different movie.
Absolutely.
100% different movie. People say that it's, they added a few scenes here or there. No. The tone is completely different. The theme's completely different. The characters are completely different. The villain's completely different. It's a more cohesive story.
Absolutely.
Granted, yeah, it's 4 hours, but if every director had 4 hours.
But like I said, the 4 hours, it goes by fast. It's very swift. Things are constantly moving. Things are constantly happening, which is great. Yeah.
Yeah, and the great part is like this could have been a 4-part series.
Yeah.
Like they were talking about hour segments. And
which I'd have been cool with that.
I'd be fine with that too, because there are just enough things at the end of each one you kind of notice. It's like
good cliffhanger. So at the end of each part. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was very pleased with this. I have to say.
Likewise. I
was a little skeptical coming in at first, but it exceeded my expectations.
Absolutely. And if it ever comes out to theater through IMAX, I'm going to be there to watch it.
Yeah, and some people
with breaks.
Yeah, like the 4:3 ratio aspect. It's like, well, I got the black bars on my screen. It's people. It kind of bothered me a little bit at first, and then I kind of got used to it because I'm just used to seeing everything in the normal, rectangle now. Because the
only other movie I know that did that on purpose was The Shining, because Stanley Kubrick wanted to make you feel like you were boxed in, like they were in the hotel. But this, like, I guess for the mother boxes,
it's like, as I get the IMAX, it's like I want it.
Yeah.
But it's like, how many IMAXs are open, man? Like,
I think ours is closed now. I think they closed. Yeah, finally. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever going to see this movie on IMAX. Yeah. So I hope someday I would see it in IMAX. Absolutely. I've already seen it twice. So yeah, I think that rounds out our top 10. And
so, folks, you heard it here from us. Get the chance, go check it out on HBO Max. You'll thoroughly enjoy it. I recommend it. Kai recommends it. I know Sean recommends it. Sean wishes he were here, but he is far and away.
Yes, he is.
But so that concludes our show today, folks. Greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you guys had fun. And we'll see you guys again next time on the next exciting the episode 3 or episode 2 of our Comics for Newbies. What's it going to be? I don't know. Stay tuned.